I can actually plug in and charge properly.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wildly, uninteresting podcast. Welcome to episode 77. Whoa, a whole lot of lisp going on here. 77 of the Wildly Uninteresting podcast. I am Adam. This is Sarah. That is Ian.
I'm Ian.
Welcome to the show. Welcome back for people who are returning.
Hi.
Welcome,
And
returners.
for new people.
Hi.
We're not going to say fuck you this time.
Hi.
Because we really want you to continue
Stick the
to
fuck
watch.
around.
Welcome.
But also,
I ain't
we don't
desperate,
give a shit.
fuck ya.
Yeah, we're not
we
going to
don't
say
need
please.
you.
So go fuck yourself.
We don't need you.
No, but welcome back to the show. Not much shit is going on
you.
this week except for California wildfires and
Which I
Louisville
When did that
shootings.
start? God.
What?
Shit's been
It's
going
been going
on
on
for
for
a
like
while.
100 days so far. Like it hasn't stopped.
It does kind of feel like it's never going to stop.
My thing is,
Yeah, it definitely does feel that way.
if you think about it, okay, if you look at a map of all the fires, it's really weird and strange to look at. And it's funny that not funny, that's a bad way to put it. But it's crazy that the fires are happening to a place that is that close to a huge body of water. You know what I mean? It's kind of disheartening to see. It's like all that water and the fire's just laughing at it like,
Yeah.
you can't do anything to stop this. But what's weird about it, though, is if, like, say they have a huge exodus from California.
Huge exodus from California.
It gets too bad, and everybody has to move out of California, and they move further inland, right?
Right?
A vast majority of, like, Nevada, Utah, stuff like that, where there's desert land and stuff. It's not uninhabitable, but it's not, like, ideal. So they'll keep going east, and then you got, I don't know if, like, say the sea level rises on the west or the east coast, right? And then all those people move inland, and then we're all squeezed into the Midwest, and we're all just like crammed. Like, no, don't bring your wildfires over here. Like, keep those. There's a reason why you're burning. No, I'm just joking. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's terrible.
Wow.
There's a lot of hate coming out of me, but I'm just playing, dude. We watched that whole documentary of Cal Fire. And it's fucking sad, dude. There's nothing they can do. Like, they're going out and fighting the fires. And I'm sure they're making a huge dent in it, but there's only so much people can do. They're even employing, like, prisoners and shit to go out and help because they're like, we can't handle this.
They're not just forcing them to work.
Does
They're
that not-
employing them.
Does that fucking freak the shit out of you? Like, how the,
Yeah.
and it's only getting worse every single year. Like, it's getting to a point now where they can't even fight it. They had that video online where there was a tornado going on while the wildfire was going on. And it
Good
was,
Lord.
yeah, it was, it looked like hell, dude. Like, I
Well,
did
and
not.
The majority of them are started by people.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not even, like, it's completely preventable in
Dude.
every single way.
What's that one was, how many thousands of acres it burned up? We read on the internet, but
It
it
was like
started
140,000
something
acres.
like crazy, dude.
Oh, it was nuts.
It was started by
a
a
lot of
gender
acres.
reveal gone bad.
I
A
think
gender
that's
reveal.
the present one, I think.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the one that was going on. That's not El Dorado, is it? No.
I actually have no idea.
But either way
where
it
it
goes,
is.
dude, the one that was going on was started by fucking a gender reveal gone wrong. If you
'Cause
do a
it's
gender reveal,
dry
go
as
kill yourself.
shit, and they were like, why not have pyrotechnics for my unborn baby in this super dry area during fire?
Metal baby!
We can protect ourselves. The craziest thing was like reading the comments and all the hateful. There wasn't one good one, and they were all like dogging the fuck out of their unborn child. Like it was gonna be retarded, and it was gonna be
Wow.
like have all these deficits gonna be born. It wasn't gonna become shit. So why,
Yeah.
That's
It's going to fail third grade math.
Yeah, that the state should sue the
It
baby
matters
when it's
so
born.
much.
All that shit.
Dude, I mean, I don't see why the parents wouldn't be held
Oh, I
liable
think they
for
are.
it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, they would absolutely have to be. They've destroyed hundreds of homes.
It's like
They're
if you
gonna
start a
be-
fire, you know,
Yeah.
you're in trouble. But they were telling
was an
people what
accident.
the sex of their kid was. You got to let them off.
It's cool.
It was in
Yeah.
the
It's
name of
alright.
a child. Oh, what a miracle!
I know
a
people
miracle.
love babies, so I'm surprised.
No, I think there was one because we were looking at the stats, and like most of the fires, like the majority of them were started from
It was
like,
like-
human error.
Yeah, it's like 85% of them or something like that. 80% are started by human error.
Yeah. So, and then the last people that accidentally started a huge ass wildfire, which it was only 10,000 acres, they got charged legally for it. So, I mean, you cause all that destruction. There's no way you can be like, it was an accident. Like, that's just like somebody like murdering a bunch of people and be like, the trigger just.
It got stuck, and I just kept
I
pointing
just
it at
kept
people.
pointing at people. What was I gonna do? Look down the barrel myself
Right.
and see what's going on?
Is that what you're gonna do? No. Last night we had a fire going, you know, and shit kept flying up out of the fire, like
Yeah.
some of the book pages and stuff. So
Yeah.
there was a bunch of shit rising, and I was like, if this is California, I don't think
You'd be done
we
for.
could get away with this.
Well,
think
the
they
first
lock you up
one
right
that
there.
we ever lit out back, dude, it was fucking huge.
It was huge.
I mean, it was definitely out of control. I was so uncomfortable, which we have a fire extinguisher and we have our hose and stuff, but that doesn't fucking mean
Yo,
anything.
we bought a
It
hose
was
that was
dry.
We bought a hose that was
And-
100 foot long, and it wasn't long enough.
Yeah.
And so I was spraying it from like 50 more feet away, like trying to spray it up in the air to get to it. Sarah was freaking around, running around the fire, like, "What are we gonna do?"
Yeah. Like I'm gonna stop it, and like it's like we just moved here, so we're gonna end up burning down our neighbor's house, our house.
It went up so quick.
Yeah, real quick. It was very dry. We should have thought about it.
There
and
was
we
like
shouldn't
2
have done it.
seconds where I was like, "This is gonna be chill for sure. We're gonna have a good time." And then like a second later, it was like, "This is not chill."
Yeah, he-
Like,
It's raging.
This is
He
going
lit
wild.
the damn fire and then walked away to get the hose, and he was gone for like 5 minutes as this thing is growing
By God.
and building. And I was like, oh my God, he's not coming back. And it's definitely going to burn everything down.
Yeah.
He came back
didn't,
and it
though.
didn't burn everything
and then
down.
it didn't.
You know, the odd
everything
thing
was
about it
alright.
is, though, in our burn pile, right, we have these, like, say, 5, I don't know what kind of bush trees they are or whatever. They were seriously burned. And then, like, the next year, like, they came back fuller than they were the year before after being, like, pretty much burned to a twig. You know,
Yeah.
it was insane how little they were. And then the next year came along. I don't know if maybe it had something to do with the fire and then whatever, like revitalizing the thing. But that's something that who talks about? Alan Watts talks about it, or
JBP.
yeah, and he talks about like the forest floor will gather all this muck and nastiness and all this rotting wood and shit. And there's a certain amount, like if the fires didn't come along and burn it all, you know, as long as it doesn't singe the topsoil away, that everything will grow anew again. And the trees will be fine. And certain trees in California don't germinate unless they have the help of fire, like that extreme heat. They don't germinate unless they have that. And I thought that was pretty cool because, you know, when you walk in the forest, you see all that shit down. Like, how does it go away? Like, it either rots, mushrooms eat it, or like a fungus eats it, or a wildfire.
Yeah.
But I think at this point, they're like, this is beyond normal. Like, there's normal fires, and then there's what's going on right now. And I think that's what the fucking worry is. Like,
Yeah. What'd they say on that thing? It's like 80 days longer now, their fire season is.
Yeah.
That's
80 days is a long time.
nuts.
It's a long time.
That's 2.5 months longer.
They're almost up to half the year they're burning. Like,
Yeah.
half the year we're burning,
think it
half the
was-
year we're good.
I believe it was longer than, I mean, not by a lot, but it was, I mean, longer than half the year, still longer than half the year. It's
No,
ridiculous.
I think any time beyond like a couple of weeks is like scary. You know, and then so they were interviewing this lady bitch, and
Oh,
I
dude.
swear, dude. So the fire comes through, and it didn't even take out the entirety of her home and stuff. It just took out the majority of her like farm and plants and all that shit. And she had the audacity to be like, they should have had a plan in place, and they should have controlled this fire,
Like
and
it
they
was
should
the
put in a
firefighter's
pipeline.
fault.
Yeah, dude, she was blaming the fire department for not being like on it. And I'm like, what a fucking privileged whore bitch for you to be like,
idiots.
Yeah.
It was
dude.
just.
she was like, why don't they put in a pipeline and stuff? Like, bitch, why don't you put in a pipeline?
why don't you put in a
Draw up
pipeline?
a plan, bitch.
Yeah.
I mean, you live out here. Why don't you get a fucking fire hose and help fight the bitch?
Yeah.
Stupid bitch.
They
We
take
should-
volunteer firefighters.
Absolutely.
Know-it-all ass bitch.
We should find her and send her mean letters.
Yeah.
It would make me feel already did. It would make me feel good because fuck her. Whatever. I get that it's a traumatic situation and she lost a lot of what, her material possessions and non-material, like things that she needs to survive. But still, it's not the firefighter's fault.
It's not fair
The
to
fire's fault.
Yeah, it's not fair to like blame somebody that is literally risking their life for
life?
weeks on end.
Yeah.
And then like you should have had a plan. And I know that shit sucks. Like even if it took your entire house, like that shit sucks. But
They do
you
have
live
a
in
plan.
California.
The first responders committed 9/11.
Right. Yeah. It's their fault that it happened.
I can see that.
Ridiculous.
I can get on board with that conspiracy.
That lady's a bitch.
Let's push for that.
Say the word. I'll put it out there.
Oh God.
People will
Someone.
believe it.
Yeah. Someone.
Somebody's
would
gonna believe
it.
that shit.
Yeah.
Look, we watched this thing, and it was so strange that. Okay, look, check this out.
All right.
So if you look
Check
at
it.
enough stuff, say
Looking at
on
it.
Google, YouTube, all that shit. So they were saying that every single website that you look at is connected in that sense, right?
Right.
And it all loads up onto a supercomputer. That supercomputer has an algorithm that tells the computer and the search engine, YouTube, all that to suggest things for you. So say you're looking at a bunch of conspiracy theories, right? Well, the program, the algorithm is going to put more conspiracy theories in your search engines when you type shit in. So it's going to make you feel like there's a huge group of people out there that agree with you, because you kind of get stuck in this information bubble / like endless fucking list of like, oh shit, I'm right. Like it's a bias.
Hey, there are thousands of other idiots. I must be onto something.
Yeah, like you don't even have to. You can just type it in and
We're
it
just the
pops
few
up.
who know.
Yeah. Oh, we're in the
That's how
know.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's we're in the know, and everybody else is wrong. But that information bias that we're getting because of what we search and the computer learning that is actually worse for us because we feel like we're right when we're entirely off topic, and we refuse to do any searching outside of that. And they were like, these people that dropped out of the tech companies was like, you need to search for people that disagree with you and become friends with them and learn like the other side of the coin and stop believing everything you're reading on the internet.
Yeah, instead
half
of
it's wrong.
trying to learn the well-rounded argument and the truth, let's just look up what I believe right now.
Yeah.
And I'll just believe that for the rest of my life. Whether it's true or not doesn't matter.
I want my beliefs confirmed. And then whenever they're not confirmed, I'll just find something that confirms it.
Yeah. Yes, I will find what confirms it.
I'm just going to
Kill
ignore
me.
everything that doesn't agree with what I agree with. Because I feel like at a certain point, like if you believe in so many conspiracy theories, right, then you can't not believe in like flat earth. Say like you believe in all these other conspiracy theories that may or may not be true, right? And then somebody's like, oh, well, the earth's flat. And then you're like, no, it's not. Well, you kind of have to be on board with that. If you're on board with every single other conspiracy theory, that's another one on the list. Now you got to be on so at a certain point, you just have to be in the know about all the conspiracies. And then why even live? Like, go kill yourself. Like, because if you
they're
read all that
true,
shit, yeah, what's the point?
oh, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's I never like when you talk to somebody that's just it for them. They're like, dude, the government's this. You're never gonna win. Blah blah blah. It's like, well, why even be here then? Like, right? Because there might be something better on the other side
Right?
that you don't know about,
Yeah.
or unless there's a conspiracy theory about
I
death
swear
that I
I
don't
was
know.
about to say the same thing.
Is
The
death
government
real?
controls it.
Well, I mean, I'd say
Oh,
the
yeah.
powers that be already know about the other side. They have their evidence and shit, So,
You think
yeah,
so?
they've already set up shop on the other side. They've got it rigged.
Damn, dude, that's
Only-
fucking rough.
Only certain people can get in there.
I don't know. Everybody
So,
can get there, but it's kind of like respawning, like in Halo or like Call of Duty, you know?
Yeah.
Like they know where you're gonna respawn,
Yeah.
so they get you and they cage you up, and then they just put you in the meat
They're just
battery
waiting
or whatever.
for you.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Oh shit.
And that's why the afterlife sucks too.
Yeah. They never let you die.
You know, me and Sarah were talking. What makes me wonder about it is, what if the powers that be, whoever that is, I'm not going to call them the elite, but whatever it is, what if they fucking know, though?
The Chinese.
Yeah. What if they truly know about, like, what's on the other side, right? So they're not, that's why they don't care about climate change. That's why they don't give a fuck about you and your feelings. That's why they're going to rape you for all the profit they can and live it up, because they know on the other side, there's nothing. Like, or there's something, and it's not monetary. You can't hold on to it. It's just an energy field, whatever it is. They already know, and they're like, well, this is so temporary that I don't give a fuck. I'm going to fuck this place up because it doesn't matter. Everybody goes to the same place, and it's a party. Like,
What if it's
energy
a big
party.
zoo on the other side?
Who runs
Who would be
it?
there?
Everyone. We're all animals, and we all run it. Who run it?
Who run it?
Yeah.
The prisoners run the prison.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I was thinking it would be like some other kind of entity, you know? And it's just like a human zoo.
It can be that too.
It's like the giraffes run the thing.
That'd be cool.
You know, like anthropomorphic and shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Do
Who
they-
doesn't make any noise now?
Do they have
Without
like
your voice
hats?
box.
They have like hats and things and
And things. Yes.
things. You know,
Some of
like
them have gloves
a
on.
backpack. Yeah.
Hoof gloves.
Hoof gloves. Gloobs.
Gloves.
Those good old fashioned gloobs.
Such a silly word.
I know. Yeah, I like it though. I gotta write down the giraffes. All right. Giraffes.
Write that down.
Oh yeah, I'm writing it.
Writing them giraffes down?
Giraffe. How do you spell giraffe?
I don't know.
Is it 1 R, 2 F's?
Yeah, I think it's 1 R, 2 F's, yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Sounds good.
If it's not, fuck it. You just created a new animal.
Yeah. We created a new thing, so might as well create the animal that created the thing.
Dr. Sex Woods was going on about how easy it is to clone things. I was like, motherfucker, if it's so easy, clone something.
Please.
If you're listening right now, you bitch, clone something.
Clone it now.
You worthless fuck.
Hey, but that apple
Can't
bread
clone
was
shit.
good, so
that
thank
was
you.
some good ass apple
Yeah.
bread. Yeah.
But clone something,
Clone
bitch.
something, motherfucker.
I don't see it. Where, unless, what if we were cloned by him? And we
Oh.
just don't know.
Oh. He could have
Yeah.
done better, but he still did an alright job.
Keep working. Keep doing it.
So do you think for something to be a clone, like, does it have to be 100% genetically identical, or will you accept, like, 92%?
I would accept 92%.
See, I wouldn't.
No?
No. I'd say, I'd accept it, like, to own it or whatever.
Right.
Like, hey, it's mostly Sarah, you know? But I wouldn't accept it as a clone. I'd call it an approximation.
Right.
It's like, hey, you approximated her. All right. Yeah.
I almost feel like, well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I want to change my answer.
You
that
can.
It would have to be 100%. But
Yeah.
also, maybe it's more about the process. So if someone sat down and was like, I'm going to clone Sarah, and then they attempted and I came out 92% Sarah,
Yeah.
it's not necessarily a good clone, but it's a clone.
Yeah.
So maybe. It's
What
like
part
a
of
B.
you would be 92%? Like, what part of you would be missing, though, I think is the real question.
No neck and half knees.
half knees. So I still so I would just be what 5'9" instead of 5'10".
Yeah.
No, I'd probably be closer to 5'7".
5'7".
Yeah.
I mean,
with no
I
neck.
could deal with that.
Oh,
sure.
shit. What you saying? I'm too tall?
No, I'm just saying, like,
You don't like my height now.
It just depends on
Now
what
he
would be
doesn't love me.
missing.
That's
Like
messed up, man.
if my buddy could be cloned again from like a toenail, right? And
Again?
he didn't have the same personality.
He's
like,
dead, so if he could be back here.
Yeah,
Okay,
not
so-
cloned
oh,
a second
I feel-
time,
okay.
but yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
I
like
was
I
like,
would.
they've cloned him already?
Yeah.
Jesus, why are we even talking about this?
No, I feel like a toenail would still be around that I could pick off real quick. It would just be hanging there
Yeah.
on his dead body, and I could just like pick it off real quick. I wouldn't have to smell the body too much,
Shit, you could just
be
get
around it too
bone.
much. But I don't. But the nail would just be. I could pull the nail off. Like
take
the
a
bone, I
fucking
would have
bone.
to grind off or
Be a
like
pussy,
cut
man.
off.
It's your
You could
boy.
get one of his little fingers.
Oh, one of the little things with that.
I
What
could
if
find
what if
it.
a tendon's still
Little
connected and I
Sure.
can't get it? Well, no, the muscle would be gone, so the tendon wouldn't matter.
You just got to bring the clonist with you.
Yeah,
so
the-
that you get it.
Clone- you get it, the clonist. No, yeah, but if he wasn't like his personality was the 10% was gone,
Yeah, what would be the point?
what would be because I could deal with if he didn't have like a left leg, like
Right.
lean on me.
Or his
you know
hair
what I
was
mean?
different or something.
Yeah,
It was blonde instead.
that'd be crazy though to actually clone somebody that died. You know what I mean? And what's weird is like say I'm 40 when you can clone somebody, right?
Yeah.
And I clone a dude that was like 21 when he died, right? How that would be? It wouldn't be the same because now I'm 20 years in the future,
Yeah.
almost, and I'm like, dude, you're immature as fuck. Go die again.
I was
You need to
immature whenever
grow
you
up.
knew me before. You just didn't care. Shut up. You're not even real.
Or what if you bring him back and he's like, I've been with you all along, and I'm like, oh, don't start with that shit. Like,
Oh,
you
that'd be
fucking start with
awesome.
that
We're going to
shit.
need a new clone. This
Yeah,
one's weird.
Send this one back. He's too spiritual for me. He's had too many
Redo him.
feelings. Fucking
Readjust.
asshole. No, dude. But I could go for like cloning somebody. But do you think we should clone people or just stick to animals that have like are dying off? Like let's just clone animals that are going extinct. That way they don't go extinct. You know what I mean? Like people, we have enough of those assholes
Well,
walking
I
around.
feel like really you should just kind of let things happen naturally. So if something dies, it probably happened for a reason.
Yeah.
If, the koala no longer exists, sorry, that's the thing that came to my mind. I'm so sorry.
I'm going to do everything we can to save them
Yeah.
or bring them back.
Yeah.
Do you
I will
think
stop at nothing.
It'd be very cool, but is it really the right thing to do? Like, what if it just completely, you got to think like butterfly effect here. What if it completely fucks the whole world up, but you just don't know it until, 10 years later or
Fuck
something?
the world, man.
Yeah,
World without
we need the
koalas is nothing
koalas.
I want. I don't give a shit what it means.
is koala really a bear?
No.
It's a marsupial.
I know. You were saying it the other day. They kept saying bear, bear, and you were like marsupial, and
I
I'm
was
like, what's
so
the difference?
mad.
Yeah, I find it's like really easy to like lose people that like you just meet. Like if they call it a koala bear, I'm like,
Yeah. All right.
let's go ahead and
That could
We
be
just
a good.
not do what we were gonna do and go our separate ways.
That could be a good way to pick friends, like new friends. You're like, what is it? Is a koala bear a bear or a marsupial? And then they'll say bear, and be like, cool. I just like saved myself 10 years of
For real.
dealing with you.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it was
dude.
on Woke, which sucks because I really liked it. I was trying to sit here and think of what the hell it was on that we were watching, but they were talking. There was a koala bear, is what they called it. That got loose, and yeah, they kept saying the bear, the bear, the bear. They actually stopped calling it koala bear and just called it a bear. That's all the way wrong.
yeah,
You don't
it's
even-
all the way wrong.
You don't even have koala in there. Good Lord.
Whatever, dude.
You know, it's ridiculous.
Whatever.
It's, whenever we went and saw New York Minute, I still remember that moment. We're like, oh my God, it's a bear. Like, what the fuck?
It's awesome. Good old New York Minute.
Hell yeah. I was going through my DVDs, like my music DVDs. I have
the
I
fuck
have a
is
Mary
New York
Kate and
Minute?
Ashley movie in there
It's a Mary Kate
that
and
we
Ashley
still haven't
movie.
watched. But,
Really?
yeah, because I've just been waiting for you so we can watch it. But I
Damn.
feel like I've had it for years, and I
Yeah.
never go out of my way to say, let's watch this shit, bitch. So, I've still got it in there. And I was going through my music shit and showing Casper. I was like, hey, look, I got this. There's little Jay-Z, loves Costello, and a Mary Kate and Ashley movie.
I feel like you should bring it over for Halloween.
Yeah.
Like our Halloween episode.
That
That's
seems
what we should
reasonable.
watch.
Yeah. All right.
How you feel about that?
I feel weird about that because I feel weird about Mary Kate. And is there
Just her
Elizabeth
specifically?
Olsen? Who's
yeah,
that?
there's another one.
Yeah.
Oh,
She
okay. So
played,
there's a third.
Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, so I was looking that up, and I was like, I really want to see one of the Olsen twins like playing in a movie because like you haven't seen it in a long time, and they're very weird.
They're very weird.
So I was like, well, of course she would play a witch because she probably already is one, and she's just playing herself.
Definitely is one.
So you got Mary Kate, and then there's a third sister.
There's Mary Kate and Ashley.
Yeah, they're the
Right.
twins. Elizabeth
then
Olsen is
Elizabeth.
the one that is in the Marvel movie.
Right.
Yeah.
So I never knew there was a third sister.
Yeah,
I never
it's
knew that.
because she wasn't on.
But they're all
What the hell was that show?
Full House.
Full House.
House,
Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah.
so.
I was like step by step.
So the third one is
Not-
one as fucking weird as the other two.
I'd say almost
I
definitely.
don't know. I don't know any of them.
I've never looked anything up about
No,
her.
I only looked it up because I was like, I just want to see her act because I've seen interviews and shit and how they change the way their face looks and like they look entirely different than they used to. And it's like you never thought those two little fucking funny little cute little things would fucking grow up to be that fucking weird.
Ashley still seems to kind of be on point, at least like relatively. So
Relatively.
in regards to what she used to be, she doesn't seem to be
Yeah.
completely off her rocker. But Mary Kate, she seems a little out there.
If I had that much money, I'd just be so far out there.
Yeah.
It would be absurd.
Well, apparently people already think I'm weird, so what am I saying? I don't know. I didn't know. I'm weird.
think
I'm so
You're
weird.
Too weird to die. You're immortal now.
That's right.
It wouldn't take a whole lot of money to start making me weird. And I don't know, like, how far off
Start.
the deep end I could be. But, like, I'm talking, like, wearing the Speedos out just, like, everywhere. Like, and maybe, like, eating with my hands in public. Just, like, full-on eating. If, like, especially if,
Stupid.
like, if I was famous enough or had enough money where paparazzi was like, that's the guy. And I'm like, yeah, I am stuffing it. And then I would put some in my Speedo for later so I could eat it
Did you
later.
have like pockets put on or just down the front of it?
Oh, down the front.
Just down the front.
Yeah.
I feel like pockets on a Speedo would be weird.
I wonder why, like, I guess if you get too weird, Hollywood just, like, kicks you out, or, like, the music industry's like, I think you could be more weird in the music industry than you could, like, in the movie industry. Because the movie industry, there's all, like, they're uppity and, like, we're fancy and we have these
We're
big balls.
fancy.
You have to go out and promote movies, so you have to be somewhat likable.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, I guess it really just depends on what kind of music you make or what kind of movies you make. It's like Crispin Glover. He could be as weird as he wants.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
He's fine.
I feel like Johnny Depp could be as weird as he wants, and
He
people
is
would
as
just
weird as
be
he wants to be.
cool with it. Yeah.
Fucking every time I see a photo of that guy, I'm like, he definitely took his character serious, and now he's just that character.
Yeah, he's like
he's
a,
become Jack Sparrow.
a ball of all of them.
That's what would happen to me. I feel like Jim Carrey almost got to that point, and then he was like, I gotta go paint or something because I'm losing myself in my characters. I'm about to become who's the comedian he fucking played?
Andy Kaufman.
Andy
Yeah.
Kaufman. Like, he completely engulfed himself in that. So I'd assume, like, you kind of think about that, though. Like, if you get too much into the industry and you're a method actor, you could lose yourself in a character because you are good at changing the inner you to match what's on the screen. You're making that happen, truly, right? So, like, Heath Ledger, and it's all, like, surrounded with, like, the Dark Knight is why he lost his mind, and that's why he fucking, like, whatever, whether that's true or not. But think about it. What if he got so into the character that he was like, this world no longer needs me, and he was like, I'm fucking off on myself. Like, that'd be crazy.
It would be crazy.
Yeah.
Seems reasonable, though.
I would fear that. Like, think about, like, losing yourself in a character. It'd be so weird because everybody around you is treating you like that character. And they're appeasing you so you can stay in character. Say you do that for
become
a year.
that character. Just fuck it. This is who I am now.
I'm Hank Hill now.
Yes.
Dude. Propane and propane accessory. No, but think about that. Like Jack Sparrow, that character, right? Think about that for a minute. How many? It's spanned over the year, like 10 years, right? 10 years of filming that fucking show or that movie,
Yeah.
or movies, that thing, or like the dude that plays fucking Harry Potter, right? I would just be Harry Potter at that point. I would put that. I would even cut in my forehead the little scar, and I would just become. I'm Harry Potter. Like,
Yeah.
Harry
that's
Potter
who
now.
I am. I've been that guy. Like you got the dude picked him off the street when he was like what 10 or some bullshit.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know who I was at 10, and if somebody told me, "Hey, you're gonna be Harry Potter for the next 12 years," I'd have been like, "All right," and then that's who I would have become, Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I would assume that you would need like a little bit of like downtime in between movies if you're
Yeah.
gonna be like if you're gonna throw yourself into a role like that much. But I would think also like characters become what they are because of the actors.
The work that they put into it.
Yeah, so there is a little bit of themselves
Yeah, like
in
you'd have
every.
to internalize that shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Well-
So hopefully it wouldn't be that easy to lose yourself because
Yeah.
you are kind of in there.
Well,
Yeah.
if
I
you-
say that, but
I
what
think
the
to
fuck
do it
I know?
right, then you'd have to.
You'd have to
Yeah.
engulf yourself into it.
Just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
as a small time like comparison, like whenever, like if the band, if we cover a song, like
Yeah.
if I genuinely care about the song,
Ah.
it's much more like brought to life
Yeah.
than if I don't care about it. So if you
Absolutely.
take a professional actor, they're just like,
just
here we
playing
go.
these fucking chords.
Yeah, for
Get
sure.
the song out of the
Yeah,
way.
get the song fucking over with.
Yeah.
Somebody out there has to like it.
Why'd we even add it to the playlist?
I wondered that a lot.
Another one that I'll point out of Heath Ledger's, because he's a method actor. I don't know if a lot of people seen this, but I showed it to you. It was one of my favorite films he ever did, and it was like an indie film, right? And it was called Candy. And he was a drug addict, and so was this chick, and I'll never remember her name. I don't know why. One of the best films I think I've
No idea.
ever seen from start to finish. And this was before I watched this movie, and I loved the movie before I ever became a drug addict. And then after I became a drug addict, I realized how well he did the character. Like, it amazed me, like, how much he captured of being a drug addict.
I became a drug addict because of this movie.
Dude,
His
Yeah.
role
I'm
was
telling
just
you.
so fucking inspiring.
So inspiring.
So then I looked into it, and the dude did heroin and got addicted just to get into the role of being a drug addict on the street and all that shit. Like he put himself into that life. And I didn't realize that, but after I, got sober and shit, like I had even more respect for the film because I was like, holy fuck, like he
Right.
nails it. Like, so I mean, if you do it that well, there's always that risk of getting lost into the character, right?
Yeah.
Definitely.
So I just thought that was weird, man. That's one of my it's a fantastic movie. If you ain't seen it, fucking go look at it.
I guess that's a good reason to never play a pedophile.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, it's definitely a good.
I was
reason.
really into sex with old women, and now it's just children. That's
I
it.
can't get them out of my head.
Shit, that would be really rough to do. But I guess if you could just, it would depend on how like detailed and in depth
yeah.
the role goes. So like, say you're on SVU, there's never like a dude fucking a kid
Right.
ever, but there's just like a character sitting across the table being interrogated who's a little creepy, and they're like, oh,
Yeah,
he's a
and they're like,
pedophile.
Make his
Yeah.
mustache weirder. That'll sell it.
Yeah. So I think it would definitely depend on that, because if they're just like, hey, you're a pedophile, be weird. All right, cool. You're
Yeah.
not gonna diddle kids at the end of it. But if dude,
Well, that it makes me always question like the movies that have like intense rape scenes in them. I walked out on a film, Last House on the Left, because I was like, this is
Yeah.
dude's raping her. I was like, you could fuck it, like it. There's no need to actually have that in a film, right?
Right.
Like that's a far, way across the line. Like the shooting and killing, it kind of looks like a video game. It looks fake as shit. That did not look fake at all. And I was like, I was looking at my friends and questioning why the fuck I'm friends with you if you can sit through this and be okay. And I
they're
walked out
like,
of the movie
that's
theater.
exactly what it's like.
Yeah. dude. And then, so I was like, all right, I'm going to take this into consideration. I went back and watched the old film, right? Now, the old film, back in the old days, they would be like, it was very
It's
like
a shaky camera.
yeah, it was
and
like a shaky, and then they would like fall off the camera, and then like it would just insinuate that a rape might have happened or like a crime is happening. You wouldn't even know it was rape or whatever. But like to go beyond that and then like put that up and then have like kids watch it or like whatever. Like I spit on your
they
grave,
rated it R for a reason.
right?
Don't take your fucking kids in.
But think of it, like I think even if I don't know what R, I don't know if you're like over 18, you can get to the R movie, right?
Yeah.
I don't even think that, like I don't think no human should actually visually see that
Yeah, I don't wanna
because
see
it
that
may
shit.
spark a want to rape in somebody that hasn't. It may spark like that's it could entice that
Yeah.
because
But
it's
you're
so
okay with
raw.
violence in movies.
See, that's
shoot
another
somebody
one.
in the head.
I don't know. Like, because I've actually seen it. Like, I went forth and fucking watched, like, those school shootings and then other, like, fucking psychotic people, like, letting loose on people. And it's so...
Psychotic people letting loose.
I always thought, like, movies
awesome.
were fucking, like, oh, they're just fake. It's whatever. And it looks like that. Like,
Right.
the real shit looks like the fucking movie shit. Like, so, on that question, I don't know.
I would say like now it does. Like it didn't always look real. I
Right.
could remember a lot of movies. Well, not like I remember the title and what scene and like all this shit. But I know
47,
Yeah,
23.
yeah.
But what about...
that I've seen that like well that was fake looking. But
even,
I've
like-
also never actually seen someone get shot in the head, so I don't know. It
Well,
could look
Saving
real as
Private
shit.
Ryan came out like when I was young, and they had people getting shot in the fucking head and like blood blowing out the back of their shit, and so I
I
don't
will
know.
say though, when it looks what I think to be realistic, I don't like seeing that either.
Right?
I mean, I like, I don't, or I shouldn't say I like, but I don't mind like a super violent movie, but I don't necessarily want to see someone get shot in the head. The only time I like it is American Gangster, when Denzel walks up to dude and just blows his head off in the middle of the
Yeah,
street.
that's a good one.
just fucking cool.
Hell
But
yeah.
Denzel can do no wrong. I think it also has to do with the person on the screen doing it.
Right.
Denzel is awesome. He can shoot anybody he wants.
It's so biased.
Get him, Denzel.
No, I don't know. Like on that argument, you would have to say, okay, well, we need to dial that back as well. But I think we become like I think they desensitize us to the violence first, and they were like, maybe we can slide rape in there. Next, they're gonna be like, well, they tried with like pedophilia, but like cuties
Yeah.
got shut down quick. Like they were like, take that shit off now. So the government was like, oh, wrong time. Like,
This is some shit that we were talking about today. It's like, so cuties, everybody had such a big problem with it because it shows little girls dancing provocatively. But there
Yeah.
are real life little girls who dance like that.
Right.
And people don't
On
have a fucking
stage
problem with it.
for competition.
But they have a problem with Netflix. Let's boycott Netflix because they showed fake children.
Let's not
Oh,
boycott.
I
Acting.
thought it was a documentary.
No. It's
Okay.
I don't think so anyway.
Let's boycott. Let's
I haven't
not
seen it. I just know a
boycott-
lot of people have been yelling about it.
Yeah.
How they need to take it down and it's trash, but they haven't watched it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I don't think it's a documentary. I think that it's just like a show about girls who dance. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be fucking real. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I was under
But-
the impression that it was a guy that was like, here's this fucked up stuff that happens,
Yeah.
and then, they like just marketed it poorly.
Yeah, but like,
I don't know. I haven't
couldn't
seen
they
it.
then, like, if they want to get mad about that, like, go and boycott girls dancing too
Yeah,
young?
boycott the fucking mothers
Not
that live
show.
through,
Well, I mean, that
live
makes
through their
sense
daughters.
if you're not living in a country full of retards.
Yeah.
It's fucking upsetting. Like I get like boycotting the show, but also like boycott the moms that live through their daughters and make them up like they're fucking adults when they're like 8 to 13, whatever age,
Yeah.
making them up with makeup and shit, and they're wearing the little outfits and shit. I'm not like no, I've always been against it. Like
Say
that.
boycott the mothers, but it's like, ooh, they won't be working at Target anymore. Big loss.
Hell
But
yeah.
it's just it's upsetting. Like, okay, you can't like boycott one without the other. There is a problem. Like this was just like say it's a documentary or say it's whatever.
Right.
It actually happens, and not only that, but they also have pageant mothers that dress their little fucking children up like fucking little adults, women,
Right.
and they put them on stage, and a lot of them have like male coaches or whatever. Like. The shit goes deeper than just this documentary, you fucking idiot. Like,
Yeah.
for you to like, oh, we need to boycott the show is unintelligent.
They want to boycott Netflix.
Yeah.
Not even just the show.
Yeah.
Get rid of Netflix.
Get them out of here.
Yeah, because they're all pedophiles is the route that they went. They being the people who subscribe to that. It's ridiculous. Whatever.
Whatever. Fuck those people.
I'm so mad. I just can't get over it because there are real children who participate in dancing provocatively.
Right?
I mean, I would consider it provocative for a young child anyway.
Well, yeah,
they don't
and
have a
especially
problem
when
with
anybody can come into the competition, like anybody can, like that's how they make, ticket sales. Say like every one of those families, say they all have a weird uncle that pretty much is a pedophile, but nobody wants to talk about it. Wink, wink. And that dude's like, oh, I'm going. I'll support your daughter or whatever. Now you have not only one from the family that don't want to talk about it, but you have 20 from all 20 families that don't want to talk about their weird uncle that touches the kids on like holidays, that everybody stays out of the room and hush hush, sweep under the rug. Like now you got 20 pedophiles in a room of kids with makeup and made up and fucking in little tight little uniforms dancing. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking boycott that. You piece of shit. Okay,
nope.
cool. All right. I got it out. I'm out of the way.
Then you got the
I'm
weird
cool.
uncle
I'm calm.
section,
I'm
like
calm.
in the auditorium,
Like the cool uncles.
It's roped off.
It's roped off.
They get like a bottle when they walk in, so they're like drinking champagne and shit.
Yes.
We're cool.
Where are those uncles?
Yeah, wait, this guy's mustache isn't long enough. Get him out here. Put him up front.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah. What are you gonna do though, man? I guess you could just boycott everything. Like, I wish so that a lot of people would, they wouldn't group everything together. And then I also wish, like, even with the people with conspiracy and stuff, like, pick one thing, right? And then fight the hell out of that one thing. Don't pick like 100 things and then just get mad at everything or
Just
join.
complain about it.
Yeah, or join people's fight like that you don't belong to. Like, don't like overly want to do good for the like whatever. Like, pick one fight.
Right.
And then, like, whoever that fight is for, like, go to him and be like, hey, how can I help? Because I want to be a part of your fight. You teach me how I can help in your fight. Don't try to take over their fight or be, like, overzealous.
I'll show you how it's done.
Yeah.
But these assholes make it about themselves.
Yeah.
Because they have nothing else to live for.
It really upsets me that you're being held down.
Yeah. Like,
So upset about it.
now I'm just going to be on everybody's fucking fight because I think it does a disservice to the people fighting, right? So it almost breeds more hate, right? Because for all right, let's just say like a white person joining in on Black Lives Matter, right? Well, not only do they join in on Black Lives Matter, but they also fight for Muslim women, for I don't know, fucking name the fight. There's a million of it. Women's rights, and then stuff like that. But they're overly dramatic when it comes to all of them, right? Let's just say that. Let's say there's a person out there that does it. There's a lot of them, right? And then they overly post that shit. They're overly dramatic when people ask about it and all that shit. Well, you represent the people that Black Lives Matter need to talk to, need to get their message through, right? Yeah. But the people on your side are looking at you like you're just a yes man. Let's say, right? And they get more angry because they're like, you don't fight for your side. Instead of you fighting for everybody's fight, right? You could be more of a mediator for the one fight. So instead of like inciting more anger towards whatever group it is, like you could mediate the fight and just be like, hey, how can I help this one fight? Instead of trying to join everybody's and make everybody mad and pissed off, you can be like, okay, I represent the people that you need to talk to. So let me like ease the message onto the fucking pitiful white people that can't understand anything because they, live out in the sticks and they don't know how to not drink Bud Light and vote for Trump.
Don't know how not to.
So like, let me mediate that. Instead, like, the people on, the racist fucks that are out in the woods drinking Bud Light, voting for Trump, are just mad because they're like, look, they're brainwashing our white people. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's, I don't know if I'm articulating it correctly, but it's just, don't fight for all fights. Be a white person and try to mediate the messages instead of blowing everything up because you want everybody on the oppressed side to know that you're not racist, to know that you're not hater of women or whatever.
Whatever the situation is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you make yourself look worse doing
Not
that.
It's okay.
transphobic.
You're out there fighting for these causes, but you're like a cocksucker while you're doing it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
I hate you personally. So now I don't give a fuck about your cause.
Yeah, and you're definitely
Yeah.
making people who have
Yeah.
a right to fight for themselves.
It's like, you
look
know,
You're
bad,
making 'em look
essentially.
bad.
Yeah.
I did think Black Lives mattered until you opened your mouth.
Yeah.
And now I
Until
don't like you.
spoke to you, white person.
Yeah, so this white lady has made me devalue Black lives.
Yeah. Hell yes.
I'm glad that it came out because it was all jumbled up in my head. But you see those type of people all over social media, all over the world, and then they like, if you don't like 100% all the way in, like you just want to hear everybody's fight. If you're like, all right, cool, can I hear all sides? That person's
Yeah,
like, you're a fucking
you're a part of the
racist piece of
problem.
shit.
See,
Yeah.
that's the kind of
Climb
thing
in your
where, like,
hole.
Yeah.
it's just a mental illness for everybody to see.
Yeah.
And they don't want to describe it as a mental illness because they have the facade of, oh, I'm fighting the good fight. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
I'm fighting for the disenfranchised.
Yeah.
But no, not at all.
No.
It's like saying, oh, no, he's not a narcissist, or like he doesn't have an inflated ego. He just has a lot of confidence.
Yes.
No, motherfucker.
Yes.
No, that's something that like bugs me because there's a better way to approach it. Like if you can see it from all sides and you represent a side that the oppressed are feeling oppressed by, now you can become a mediator for that group of people and go to that group of people and be like, look, how can I ease this message into the unintelligent, to the
How can I help you squeeze
illiterate
this in
to the-
somebody's butt?
yeah.
Well, with
Just
minimal
slightly,
pay.
yeah. And then like ask how you can help and then react in that certain way. And I feel like even the people that are like the racist piece of shits that they react to these comments and fucking blow up on the internet, like, yo, you need to like pump the brakes and just listen to them.
But
Listen to them.
Yeah.
It's these motherfuckers. It's like the histrionic personality disorder thing going on. They're caught up in the, I don't know, theatrics of it all.
Yeah.
And it's just about them. And you can't really shut them down.
No.
So I think we need to hop out there with like the pepper bullets and just take them down.
Take them out. Like,
And then put somebody in their place that actually has some sense.
yeah, that could
Yeah.
actually fucking help the fight. And yeah, man. And I think it comes from like I think those people as well, because I know some of them personally, right? And I think what happens too is like they don't have a purpose, right? So they
Yeah.
don't have anything really going on that they can be purposeful. And then they see all these fights and they're like, holy shit, I can just jump on
Now's
all
my
these.
chance.
Like
now's
I
my
have a
chance.
purpose
Yeah.
now is just fighting the fight and making sure everybody knows that I'm for, you know, whatever, LGBTQ plus, fucking
Plus.
you know, women's
some
rights,
extra letters
Black
and I don't
Lives
know what they
Matter.
are.
I know it's too many.
Fucking-
Eventually, it's just going to become everybody that isn't straight white people.
Yeah.
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 It's I don't
And that's
know,
fine.
man.
Then we'll get the war we deserve.
All right.
You're asking for it, man. No, dude. I hope that fades off. I hope it fades off because I feel like the
nice.
message is good. Like the message is great, and I feel like it needs to be accomplished in a certain way. And they harm the message as much as they feel like they're helping. They're harming the message. That
Yeah.
they're harming it.
Plus, I mean, there are some people whose minds you're just never going to change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to
dude.
stick to their hateful ways. And you just have to wait for those people to die off and hope their kids are a little more
Yeah.
tolerant.
Hey, but
Well, I
20
think
bucks
it's-
says, 20 bucks says, right? If a black male or a black woman walked up to somebody like that, let's say, that is just ignorant to the fact, don't want to hear shit, right? And just on common grounds was like, hey, you don't have to fear what you don't know, right? This is me extending my hand for the black community. Like we're good people. They paint us out to be bad, and it's been happening for hundreds of years. Let's find common ground. I
ain't finding shit. You're trying to Trojan horse me.
And but I feel like that could like
love
accomplish
it.
more than like yelling and screaming and fight. Like, yo, like let's hear each other's side for
Right.
one time in the fucking history of the world. Let's hear one another.
Yeah.
Like, let's stop separating one another and just hear each other. Right?
Right. Yeah.
It's not gonna happen. But
No.
you
So-
get
It'd
what-
be great.
It'd be fucking
Yeah.
awesome. But
It's
we're
a really
retarded.
nice idea.
Mentally challenged. Special
Mentally
Olympics.
challenged. Special.
I don't know I don't know what the right way to say it is
I don't know how to-
anymore.
That's it right there.
I don't know how to not offend the people that don't understand the insult anyway.
Fuck me.
And then we get back to people being mad on the behalf of other people.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yep.
Hell
We're gonna be
yeah.
boycotted next.
Oh shit! Oh
Great.
yeah, because some non-retard is
These are
definitely gonna
great.
get mad at
Non-retard.
us on behalf of the retard that they know.
Oh,
shit!
we got really into, not really into, but
Oh,
we
we're
got.
so into it.
Mildly.
I don't
a
even know what he's talking
There's
about
a
yet.
certain point of like watching Netflix and Hulu where you're like, what else is there to
We're
watch, right?
so into it, dude.
But we're so
This
into.
is so genuine.
God.
Oh, then I might not be. Oh, you're talking about the one we just watched.
Oh yeah.
I was talking. We can come back to that.
No, okay.
But we were talking about like
I don't
Ancient
give a fuck.
Aliens.
Okay.
I'll turn on Ancient Aliens when it's just I need something in the background while I'm eating like bananas or some shit.
Ancient Aliens is his Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, I just
okay.
need it in the background,
Good
and it's
deal.
so funny, like because I think they have
know.
like 14 seasons at this point or some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Really?
And no, I don't know. And
No,
at
I
this
feel like they
point,
have
dude,
4.
Why are you lying to me?
they're like
Lying ass motherfucker.
at this point they're just like my Cheerios congregated a certain way in my bowl. Must be ancient aliens.
Must
or
be
must
aliens.
be aliens for
Yeah.
sure. Or
What
they're
do
like
they call them? Ancient astronaut theorists.
yeah,
yeah.
Is-
ancient astronaut
what?
theorists now.
What is that term?
No, that's awesome. I
But
like that.
Is
the
that
further
coined
the
by
show
the
goes,
scientific community?
the further it starts to be like it could possibly be, and then they'll go into this thing, or like the answer could lie in like now it's so like hypothetical that it's so bullshit. It's
Yeah.
like not every like I can understand like this and this like when the show first came out I'm like oh that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
But then you're like you're putting pieces together that don't match. And then you're just like saying like my shoe didn't fit this morning. An ancient alien came in with a time machine.
They're like,
You can't prove that it didn't happen.
do you remember
I know
when
that's the
this,
fucking problem.
Yeah.
when this Target closed and then it became a gas station? Well,
Aliens.
Ancient Aliens
Aliens,
did that.
for sure. Aliens.
It's
Space
definitely-
butterfly effect.
Yeah.
I don't know what the
Oh,
answer
shit.
is, but I do know aliens had a hand in it.
Uh-huh.
Like, but that's what I'm saying. You can't prove it one way or another. You can't say, oh well, it wasn't right,
Right.
because nobody knows. And then you can't say that it is because nobody knows. So they have a show that can go on for ages.
Yeah, they could pick anything and talk about it.
They're like Guar.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
They just keep
absolutely
going
like
for
Guar.
ages. Guar.
Which I get, like, the name of it.
Guar. Like, that's the new one, man. It's not aliens anymore. It's just Guar. That's what. did
I'm
it.
not saying it was Guar, but it
But
was
it- but it
Guar.
was
They could make a whole, like, season of Guar,
Yes.
but of Ancient Aliens. Tie them
Ancient
together.
Guar
Ancient
aliens.
Guar. The original
And then instead
Guar.
of having scientists talk about aliens, they just have Guar talk about aliens.
Yeah, like a bunch of different members. Well, really, all the ones that aren't still there are dead, so I guess they couldn't.
dig them up.
Yeah, dig them up.
They just put like have some comedians come in and dress them up like Guar.
Yeah,
There
like
you go.
prove to me that that's not Guar.
Yeah, you can't.
You cannot.
Motherfucker's got the foam head.
Yeah.
He's Guar.
You could just have the cast of Ancient Aliens dress as Guar.
That'd be awesome.
Done. Oh, 2 birds, 1 stone.
It makes me want to be a producer.
Do it.
No, I can't.
Do it right now, and we'll just do it. We'll make the show.
How are we gonna make Guar costumes?
How
guess
aren't we?
they can't-
Ancient aliens. We'll
Oh.
have to help the aliens. Duh. It's the
I can
answer
live with
to
that.
everything.
So we came
Yeah.
across a new show that
this
is
wee
pretty fucking
shit?
dope. Me and Sarah.
He
Oh,
and
okay.
I,
Yeah, her and
the
me.
2 of us.
Us and we.
Is he gonna
Us.
say he and I?
Him,
It's
me.
called Pin 15.
Yep.
Pin 15, right?
It looks like penis.
It looks like penis. But it follows these 2 chicks, like this Asian lady or Japanese girl
Yeah, she's Japanese.
and
Oh,
this
that's
like
still
white girl,
Asian.
and they're 13.
Let's get specific.
Okay, well, what ethnicity is the white girl? Where's she
White.
from?
They
as
never
fuck.
say. They haven't said.
If I had to guess,
clue.
probably like Utah.
She's definitely Utahian.
But no, it follows these 2 like 13-year-old girls through like middle school, like 7th grade.
They're 13. They're definitely my age.
Yeah, they're 30.
Playing
We looked them up.
13-year-olds.
They're 33, but they play 13-year-olds.
It's
Fucking
awesome.
And it's so funny because they have like 13, 14, 15-year-old kids in the show.
Okay,
And
I heard something about
it's
this.
awesome,
Great,
bro.
dude.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so funny.
It's funny because they encompass it all very well. And I remember what that shit used to be like and AIM and all that shit used to be like and all the weirdness of like middle school and playing in the band and all that shit.
Yeah.
And it's fucking cool to see it from the female's point of view because it's like I know what the male's point of view was
Hell
and how
yeah.
fucking weird it was.
It
But
is-
it's just as weird for the girls.
Oh, it's so weird. But immediately we were like a minute in and I was like, oh, this is spot on.
Yeah,
I
it's fucking
immediately
great.
connected to it.
It'd take you back to those days, man.
Yeah.
And then
Makes me real happy.
fuck. Shit.
Piss.
Yeah, I forgot what I was
Cunt.
gonna say about it. but
Cock.
Anyway, if you get a
Sucker.
chance, go fucking watch it because it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Pretty funny. Pretty funny.
It's extraordinarily funny,
Yeah,
actually.
it's so good
your
because it's our
mom.
time period too.
Thank you.
It's like the shit we used to listen to and the crazy wild dumb shit we used to do. It's all about that.
Yeah.
I'll say though for like the female way, it was like more emotional where guys would just be like, "Shut the fuck up, faggot," and then like I hit you in the nuts or some
Yeah,
shit.
definitely.
And like emotions, what are those? I don't have those. Oh, I'm so weird.
I'm an edge lord.
Yeah.
What's that over there? Can I fuck it?
Can I fuck it?
But when it comes to like the female part of it, like they would actually openly like talk together about it. Where men, like we were just like hush hush. Like you might have had that one friend that you're like, "Yo, do you do that?" And they'd be like that. And I'm like, "Oh, shut up, dude. That's so uncool." Like,
No.
fuck no, dude.
There was an episode where she, the Japanese girl, is hanging out with a group of guys and they want her to beat up her white friend. So they bring her and they're like, fight, fight, fight. And they won't fight. Like they have like a fake fight routine where they never actually make contact. So they do that and then they hug it out at the end. I was like, that's spot on. It's so perfect.
It's weird.
Yeah.
But they
it's
do
awesome.
fucking play like kids very well. I'm like, it almost makes you forget that they're like 33. It's like,
Yeah.
how the fuck do you play this so well? But no, if you get a chance, check it out. Pin 15. Pin 15. Looks like penis.
Penis.
Yeah, if you see it, I think it looks
Yeah.
like penis. Get it?
Penis.
So funny.
Wieners. Balls.
Okay.
Balls and wieners.
Yeah, dude.
Shout out to Brock and Kenny. What?
What?
Yeah.
No, dude. So, you all getting into making fires in the backyard, I see.
Yeah,
Getting
fires are
drunk and
cool,
making
man.
fires.
Yeah, I like that shit.
You
Yeah.
burned your dyke shorts. I'm so sad.
And I burned my my Satan shirt.
Well, why would you do such a thing?
I just wanted to keep throwing shit in the fire.
Did you have like a
I threw my
seance while you
sword
did
in it. She took it out. She's like, "You're not burning that."
Oh. You
Come on.
definitely have to get a new pair of shorts.
Well, that's still a good way
Yeah,
to
I'm
start
gonna.
anew, though.
Thank you.
If you burn something like that, isn't that like ritualistic? Like, I'm going to burn this and it's going to rise from the ashes like a phoenix.
It's
My
definitely
dyke shorts. are gonna rise
satanic.
Like a phoenix. They're gonna
Imagine
rise
a
up.
phoenix in basketball shorts just rising up. Yes.
And then all the silence goes over and it's like the one true shorts.
Yes.
No,
I
dude,
like
that's
that.
that's the way to do it. If you really want to get rid of your shit, no, like I'm gonna sell it in a yard sale because that'll never happen. Or don't do it like that. Burn it all. Like do it like Burning Man does.
I had a couple records that skip. I threw those in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah. What
I
are you
just
gonna do
wanted
with
to
that?
burn shit.
Yeah.
Let's just do it.
It's fun to watch shit burn. I watch people melt shit online too. It's like that dude that at that party. Remember that dude at the party? I was like, "Hey man,
So
what
excited.
do you do for a living?" And he was like, "Oh,
Yeah, dude.
I work in like metal smelting."
Carolyn, her son, David's wife.
Yeah. Okay.
It dawned on me
son.
that he was like,
Yeah.
there was like
He's
probably
gotta be
some
a meth
drugs,
head.
like had to be meth. Because I
Because
asked him, I was like, "What do you do for a living?" He was like, "Oh, I work with metals and stuff like that." No, he doesn't. Right?
He
And I
does
was like,
it in the backyard.
He does it in the backyard, and he's like,
the
yeah, man.
backyard.
I was like, so what do you do though? He's like, oh, I melt metals. Like, I'm like, okay, but like, who do you work for? Oh, I do it for myself. Like, no, he's just in the backyard, like finding pennies and shit and throwing them in this
Yeah,
He's
melting
like
thing.
Phoebe's brother.
Yes, that's
Dude,
exactly
I
right.
swear, I was
Oh my
blown away.
God.
I didn't know where to go with the conversation. I'm just
For
like,
sure. Well, yeah,
okay,
'cause
like
then
So, I
you
mean,
realize.
what kind of shit have you melted?
Yeah, because then you realize you're talking to someone who, when
Hasn't
you say,
developed fully.
"What do you do for a living?" they
Yeah.
say, basically, I melt shit.
things.
I melt
That's
shit.
what they do for a living.
Yeah.
Who pays you to do that?
himself.
Yeah.
Who?
Oh no, you know, my mom keeps
mom.
the refrigerator stocked.
I still,
she's
yeah,
proud of me.
I get an allowance.
I'm
Yeah.
sure, dude, if I was a dad and like that was my offspring and I'm like looking out the back window while I'm like cleaning dishes or some shit and the dude's out there just like melting stuff, I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, why did I even have? I knew I should have aborted that motherfucker. I knew it.
I knew I had bad genetics.
She made me extra lasagna because I melted 10 different metals this month.
It's a new record.
Yeah, I unlocked that achievement.
My grandpa got real serious with me one time and he was telling me about this story that like my uncle that's locked up in prison.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, man, he used to take all the doorknobs off in the house and he would never put them back together because he didn't know how. He was like, one time he was playing Cowboys and Indians on the deck and he made a noose out of a belt. And he was like, and my uncle had like, was going to hang himself because he saw it in a Cowboy and Indian movie. And he was like, he slipped off the porch and the belt caught him around the armpit and the neck. And he said, you know what I regret so much? He was like, I was like, what, Pops? He was like, that the belt didn't slip and get his neck. Like, and I'm like, holy fuck. Like, that's some real shit. Like, that's some real dad, like, regret right there. He's just like, I wish that it would have slipped and got his neck. That's
Hell
what he said to
yeah.
me. And I'm like, I can see that for sure.
See it, yeah.
He's like, I never should have helped him get out of that
Yeah,
situation.
I should have just let him hang there for like days. I feel like it would be
God.
days. He's probably like half Satan anyway, so it would probably take like a month for him to die.
What's the other half?
Oh, water?
Yeah, okay.
Water and Satan.
And when Satan and water get together, you get this dumb motherfucker.
That's awesome. Oh man, I was trying to think of something,
Yeah.
and I still had phoenixes on the brain, but that was too cool. So
I was
Phoenix
locked up
Eye.
with a guy that was like, that
Phoenix
shot
Eye.
himself in the femur.
Yeah.
And I was just like, how does that happen? Like even I know how to like work with a gun, right? But how do you like shoot yourself in the femur? But only that, like, how do you explain that to the ER? Like,
I bet he did it on purpose. He was like, "This won't hurt," and then he did it and was like, "Ah," like cried.
I don't think
and
you can
everything.
say like you can't
Definitely.
say that with a badge of honor. Like I've been shot like a rapper when you've done it yourself while you were sitting in the car after you bought like your first
It's
Glock.
kind of like stapling your arm. You know?
Oh,
Yeah.
or your nuts
Lil
to
Wayne
your
does
butt.
it.
Well, you're nuts.
That's what it was. It was Lil Wayne, right? Like he has been shot, but he did it like by
I don't
mistake.
know.
I think
Oh, I
is
don't
what
know.
it was. Yeah, like I don't think someone shot him.
That's awesome though.
Yeah, but he raps about it.
That's awesome.
Ridiculous. I
So
gotta look that up.
stupid. Why?
Next time, well,
Oh.
you know what? I can get some street cred. Somebody get the gun, and I'm gonna pull my ear back and just shoot a hole through my ear. Like then I can say I got shot, and
And
really it doesn't
deafened.
hurt anyways, right?
I'm not sure.
Oh, it would deafen the shit out of me for sure. But I'll put an earplug in and then just shoot through my cartilage.
That's great. Yeah.
And I'll be like,
Yes,
I got shot
please.
one time, and I can rap about that for the next
I
10
got
years.
shot one time.
One time,
By my
paid.
wife.
Who would have ever thought that like you could get super paid for like being a dope dealer, for being a womanizer, for being a just shot in like in the jungle, not like in the jungle, but like in the ghetto, like the we're in the jungle,
Oh,
baby.
okay. The
Yeah.
concrete jungle.
In 1994, at age 12, Carter suffered a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the chest that almost ended his life.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
the guy come in, like the people jumped over his body, and the guy come in and rushed him to the hospital.
Is that why
Look.
they call him Wheezy?
I do remember that story.
Absolutely. At the time, he said it was accidental. Decades later, he claimed it was an attempt at suicide.
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah.
tortured. I'm not stupid.
Right. I hate life.
like I heard that him tell that story. Now it's all coming back to me. But
Yeah.
he said like he was like the black cops jumped over him to get through the house. He was like, and one white cop stopped, picked him up, and rushed him to the hospital in his
Yeah.
cruiser and shit. I was like, oh, this is a good story. You didn't hear much
It's a
about
good
it, but
story.
It's a good story.
It's a good story.
Yeah, but he talks about that shit and like
Yeah.
he did it. Whether you were attempting suicide or it was an accident, neither
get
one
shot.
of those is no. Yes, But he didn't get shot like 50 Cent got shot. Like, he got shot
shot,
9
and I shot him,
times.
motherfucker.
What if he shot himself 9 times?
He didn't.
You sure?
Yes.
Were you there?
I was there.
Alien.
I shot
He should
him.
have just
Alien.
gone for 10.
Aliens.
It's not impressive until you hit double digits.
And it's a nice, even round number.
Yeah,
for
because
sure.
and Tesla thought like 3, 6, and 9. If you can unlock this universe, maybe he thought, hey, if I shoot myself 9 times,
Maybe I'll be a portal to the other.
yeah, I'll transcend. I'll be enlightened.
I can get to
Free
the
energy.
fourth fucking dimension finally.
I lived my whole life wanting to be a portal. I'm going to complete that goal tonight.
Tonight is the night.
It's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, man.
Oh, poor Wheezy.
Somebody fucking shoot me then, because I'm ready to be famous.
To be a
for
portal?
Sure. All right, a portal. I'll be a famous or a portal. Either one. Gunshot equals either one for sure.
Yes.
Somebody do it quick
Equals both.
before I change my mind.
Hurry.
Yeah, I'll shoot
Hurry.
you if you want.
Yeah, if you want.
If you want.
Sure. Y'all heard it on air.
On air. On Con Air with Adam and Sarah and Ian.
Yeah.
No,
On
dude.
air.
Yeah.
I'm getting kind of hungry. What's on the menu, yo?
We got some motherfucking chicken in this crock pot. I've got baked, well, they're like cut up potatoes baked, and then carrots.
Nice. It's pretty
They're
healthy.
not even baked. They're just cut up. They've been in the oven, but we never
They're
turned
raw.
it on.
I really
raw
like
ass
raw
potatoes.
potatoes.
I just want them to have the essence of stove.
No,
Oven.
dude. That was
There it
episode
is. I know the difference
77.
now.
We were supposed to have
Yeah.
a guest this week. That fell through. But next week, hopefully,
You a bitch.
Bitch.
Sleepy's coming back for round 2.
Aw, shit.
Round 2. He had a CD debut.
Bow, bow, bow.
Hopefully, we can get him to
He went
talk
back
about
into
the
the-
work that he put into his new album,
Yeah.
and the work that he's doing now for his new shit. New shit.
The new.
The new shit. But yeah, hopefully we have
Nearer.
Jasper Piggy coming in next week.
Yeah.
Next weekend for that episode. So catch that. 78. So
Yeah.
thank you for watching number 77. If you made it this far, like, share, comment, do whatever you do.
Say what up.
Say what up to Ian. 'cause
Say
Ian,
what? Say what?
Say
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
no,
Whoop,
thank you for
whoop.
Maybe
listening.
leave a
again.
comment below if I said anything funny. Put the
The
time there.
timestamp there.
Yeah, put a
Tired-
timestamp for
tired
those
of
who
doing
don't
it for
want to watch.
myself.
Let us know when we were funning, because we need to know for
We need
our
to know.
egos.
Yes.
Please, and skibbity bop bop, scap, scap, skibbity beep, beep, bop bop,
Wildly uninteresting
Beep, bop,
podcast.
boop,
Yeah.
skibbity.